Approximately 41% of the population has played or actively plays video games, so you would think that there wouldn't be this stigma anymore about sitting down and enjoying your favorite entertainment medium, but unfortunately that is still happening because news hosts are now mocking the first person to beat Tetris by saying, "Go get some fresh air." I have a few things to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, follow me on social media, and consider supporting through Patreon or via YouTube memberships. Now, you would think that in 2024, you wouldn't just tell someone to go and touch some grass or get some fresh air simply because they're a gamer, okay? Billions of people play video games, and it's okay. It is fine. If this is your favorite hobby, I know it is my personal favorite hobby as well, but of course there are normies out there who just cannot accept the fact that so many people find joy in things like video games because a news host is under fire for her condescending comments while covering the first person to ever beat Tetris by reaching the kill screen. Willis Gibson, a 13-year-old boy from Oklahoma, managed to beat Tetris on the NES. This is done by reaching what's called the kill screen, a point where due to data overflow or some programming quirk, the game crashes instead of proceeding normally. Jane Secker from Sky News was less impressed by this world-first achievement over 30 years in the making, and you can check the clip out for yourself below. It says, in the year of our Lord 2024, and Sky News is still telling people who play video games to go outside and get fresh air, notably on the same day. They're praising a 16-year-old darts player. So first of all, not only are you kind of bullying a kid because he's 13, but you're also bullying billions of people worldwide because there are billions of people who play video games, 3.2 billion gamers worldwide to be exact. Roughly 41% of the world's population is estimated to be playing or have played video games. So of course this is hilarious because you have instantly put a target on your back. Not that anyone should go and harass her or anything like that, but you have instantly become hated by billions of people and average individuals because they just see it as an adult shaming a child for doing something that they enjoy. And of course, we're not just talking about a game here, we are talking about one of the games, a game that changed the industry, best-selling game of all time, tons of different variations on tons of different systems. I mean, we are talking about one of the most notable games in the world that even people who do not play video games are most likely to have heard at some point in their lives about. And of course, she has to put her 2 cents into the conversation by saying this.
As a mother, I would just say step away from the screen, go outside, get some fresh air. Beating Tetris is not a life goal.
It's not a life goal, even though he is the only person to have done this so far. So you would think that this would be a moment to praise this individual. Okay, there are people who play modern games, who speedrun them to hold records. There are people with hundreds of speedrunning records under their belts. Yeah, I mean, they are going to go down in video game history. And of course, he's not the only one to ever set records when it comes to Tetris, but he is one of the youngest at this point in time to hold one of the most notable records. This, of course, will come as no surprise to you all, but there are Tetris championships, and there are people like Jonas, who unfortunately have passed away, but became extremely notable and got careers based on games like Tetris, because in November 2006, he provided the first known recording of a maxed out game, 999,999 points, and in September 2008, he uploaded the first recording of a maxed out achievement from a level 19 start. So yes, this is a life goal. people. This is what people do for their livings. This is perfectly fine. It's normal. You're sitting in front of a screen talking to people about the news, about stories you're not coming up with either, Miss Sky News. So you'd think that she would have no place to shame this young boy, but to top that off, it was also pointed out the irony that in the same day, Sky News anchors praised a 16-year-old darts player, drawing parallels between how one talented youth is condescended to and another praised for similar feats. Now, of course, you might not like video games. Yeah, you might think that it's rotting the youth's brains and rotting adults' brains. That's your opinion. But at the end of the day, darts is a game just like Tetris is a game. They might be different forms of games, different mediums, but this has of course gone viral, and there are tons of people absolutely roasting this anchor. As you can see, it currently has 4.1 million views over on Twitter/X. Also, I guess the existence of handhelds went above their heads. People laughing at them, beating Tetris is not a life goal, and then the Rock meme where he's saying shut up. The smugness just made my blood boil. Not understanding it is one thing, but to undermine a 13-year-old for achieving a world record on a game and presenting it in a way on national TV is just downright embarrassing. It definitely is. Again, we are talking about billions of people who play games worldwide, and this 13-year-old who has achieved something great. Yeah, I mean, this is not something, at least in my opinion, that you should be undermining, and it's fine if you do not like games or if you don't get them. Not everyone is going to understand the hype or get them, but at least showing some kind of general respect for another human being, especially a younger person, is what you should be doing. It shouldn't be that hard. Two things to dissect here. There are kids with YouTube channels that make 100 times what she makes playing video games. Interesting mantra coming from someone who, and people might not believe this, watch her show on the exact same device she's telling gamers to evade. Yeah, I mean, you can pick up a phone or you can use your computer and play video games. It takes 5 minutes to download Candy Crush. You're not telling me that she's never swiped on Candy Crush, so she's a gamer. W for the kid, L for this boomer reporter. What a condescending prick. Literally, history was made by a kid, no less, and she's throwing that stupid ass comment out there. Just embarrassing. I completely agree. I think that this is an extremely embarrassing statement, and of course, they're not going to have her apologize or anything, and it wouldn't even matter if she did apologize. She's already said it. People already know who she is and what she has done. But I think that this is a great achievement by this 13-year-old, and I think it is always hilarious to see people who are so out of touch get absolutely destroyed on social media. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this and of course found it important and informative, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.